Omer Ozkizilcik is a security analyst and a non-residential fellow at the Atlantic Council. He joins me live from the Turkish capital, Ankara. Good to see you. Why now?
I mean, this why now question is quite obvious. I think it is linked to what's happening with the international delisting of Ahmed Alsharaa from the United Nations and the progress in terms of the US sanctions lifting. And because we know that the US Senate has passed the law to lift all the Caesar sanctions on Syria. Now it's in the House of Representatives, and the visit of Ahmed Alsharaa to the US will help to facilitate this process as well. But not only that, there's also the angle of negotiations with Israel. We know that before Ahmed Alsharaa went to the United Nations General Assembly, the Syrian and Israelis have almost reach an agreement, a new security mechanism. It's not a peace, but it's a security mechanism. But then the Israelis came up with a last-minute demand that was unacceptable. And now it appears that behind closed doors that the Americans were able to progress the negotiations to an extent that probably after Ahmed Alsharaa visiting Donald Trump in the White House, that we will see the establishment of a security mechanism between Israel and Syria that would limit the Israeli aggressions against Syria and help Syria to feel more safe and secure.
But Umar, of course, looking at the region right now, Israel cannot be trusted. I mean, of course, as you must have heard that today Israel attacked Lebanon. There's a ceasefire between the two countries right now, but despite the ceasefire, it attacked Lebanon. In Gaza, it has been violating the ceasefire agreement time and time again. So given Israel's track record, I mean, for Syrians, I understand it must be very, very hard to trust the Israeli government.
I mean, I smile because the exact same question that you asked me, I asked the Syrian president directly. And basically what he said is, if you're asking me if I trust Israel, I do not. And he was very clear. But he then pointed out that Syria had enough war and that Syrians don't want any more war and that they will try to reach a security mechanism with Israel. And after a security mechanism, he said that Israel keeping its word on the security mechanism and not violating it is another issue. This will be the difficult task after reaching a security mechanism with the Israelis. But it appears that by discussing a potential US military presence in Damascus, more in southern Damascus, the Syrian side is hoping that American military presence will help to prevent Israeli violations of the security mechanism and will give Syria the necessary assurances and guarantees. Syria does not trust Israel, but Syria hopes that an American role and American mediation may help to ultimately limit Israel. And lastly, to be clear, what's Syria's alternative? I mean, Syria is not in a shape, not in a form, not in a mentality to risk direct escalation with Israel. We have seen so far no retaliatory action from the Syrian side against Israel because Syria is vehemently supporting a new area of stability and peace. Syrians suffered from almost 40 years of civil war. They don't want another war.
Fascinating insights. Omer Ozkizilcik, thanks very much for joining me here on TRT World. Appreciate you taking out the time.